How different do you start moving once you realize there might be a hit on you?
In this video, you're going to hear internet stories of how people claimed Big U ran his business.
Yeah,
Do you
man.
think Shaq left LA because of the gang politics, aka Big U fucking with him?
No, Shaq was already gone. Time
Okay.
Big U come on, Shaq was already on fucking Star Island.
When the little homies see Nip pull up, do you think they gonna stay here and talk to the big homies, Big U and them? They gonna make an about face and say, y'all, there go Nip.
It's called check-in. Now, he ain't come to check in, he just came to get some of this love, you heard? If you ain't got none of this love, I don't know how it's gonna go for you, heard? But all we doing is spreading love on this side, you heard?
This is alleged, and as you know, anyone can say anything on the internet, but I'm curious to hear what you believe is true and what's a lie. Before we get into it and break down the allegations and even hear an exclusive first-hand account where someone claims Big U put a hit on them.
You know, some things just got to be said. Look, you don't got a clue for what you want to do. I'm busy getting rich. You think that I'm going to stop for you?
The song you just heard was rumored to be a diss track Nipsey made for Big U. That song would trigger a series of tragic events. But first, let's see why Nipsey decided to make this song, broken down by Hood War stories.
Animosity between Nipsey and Big U started when Nipsey wanted to cut ties with Big U's label. Nipsey was allegedly locked into a shady deal where he felt he was being extorted by Big U. But according to Big U, his version of the origin of conflict began when Big U left the music industry. Nipsey had Big U's recording equipment and Big U wanted it back. Big U was able to recover the equipment and moved it to his shop on 43rd and Crenshaw, thus making it accessible to other artists, including Nip if he still wanted to use it. Apparently, Nipsey took exception to Big U taking the equipment. They weren't seen eye to eye. And then Nipsey comes out with the song You Don't Have a Clue from his 2010 mixtape The Marathon, which is widely believed to be a diss song aimed directly at Big U, specifically in the first 4 lines of the song.
This is the diss song Nipsey made. That was rumored to be about Big U. It was also said to be the reason Big U ordered a DP on Nipsey, which would trigger a series of events. We'll get into that after this clip.
You know, some things just got to be said. Look, you don't got a clue for what you want to do. I'm busy getting rich. You think that I'm gonna stop for you? I built this on my own and everybody know it's true. Still niggas act like they supposed to have control of what I do. But look, they don't got a clue of what I've been through. A nigga ain't had no trust funds or eat off no silver spoons. Nigga ain't had no peace inside my house until I moved. And I the damn sure can't recall having no exit route. And you been really, I don't got a clue of what you even do. So what good is a dream if you can't make your shit come true? And what good is a team when everyone depends on you? Hope opportunity don't knock with opportunists in your room. Cause then what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Cause if you sharing your success and not your struggle, you's a fool. Then you start to look like fool. The game don't even chew. Eat you up and shit you out. And then them critics say you through. But look, they don't got a clue what you was trying to do. Keeping it 100 when 100 don't keep it you, but I'm gonna tell you what to do. Here is what you do. Say fuck the middleman, get on your marathon and get your loot. I hustle cause I have to, not because it's cool and over time.
Following the diss track, Big U subsequently pulls up on Nipsey with some homies and confronts him. They attempted to pick him up so they could discipline him, and this form of discipline does not consist of a head-up fade. Before Big U could take Nipsey away for the DP, Black Sam jumped in front and told Big U that Nipsey wasn't going anywhere with them, and Big U responded by wanting Black Sam to stay out of it, saying that Black Sam was never from 60s and that this is gang business, although he did understand the sentiment of protecting his brother. In addition to the equipment ordeal, family disputes have caused these two to clash in a real way. Nipsey's first baby mother is Big U's niece. During this time, Nipsey and his baby mother were not getting along, as he did not approve the company his baby mother had around his daughter. Allegedly, guns, drugs, and alcohol were in the vicinity. Allegedly, Nipsey would go solo to his baby mother's house and pistol whip the guy his baby mother was with for having his daughter in that unsafe environment. Nipsey beat him up bad to the point he had to get sent to the hospital. Allegedly, his baby mother was harmed in the mix-up as well. Shortly after Big U heard about the incident, he pulled up to Nipsey's store and confronted him about it. Words were exchanged, and it led to them fighting in the alley. Big U allegedly gave Nipsey a beat down. This led to Black Sam going back inside to retrieve a pistol. He proceeded to fire a shot in the air to get Big U off Nipsey. LAPD arrived almost immediately where they saw Black Sam with a pistol in his hand. The officers then opened fire on Black Sam, but not a single bullet struck him. They were all arrested and taken to the 77th Street Division. All 3 bailed out the next morning. When Nipsey began collaborating with YG in 2011, he brought YG to 6-0 territory for Nipsey's part in the Bitches Ain't Shit video shoot. Big U did not approve of Nipsey bringing a rapper from Treetop into the set. During the early 2010s, it wasn't very common to have Pyrus hanging out in the 60s. So when Big U got at Nipsey had to defend his decision by having to fight multiple 6-0s just to have YG in their hood. And the love from Nipsey was reciprocated when YG invited Nip to the trees for the I'm a Thug video shoot. The two became good friends and collaborated on numerous songs in the upcoming years. Over the course of the next 7-8 years, Nipsey's career continued to elevate to the next level, including a Grammy nomination for the Best Rap Album, but there were still internal issues behind the scenes. Throughout this period, Big U and Nipsey's relationship seemed to be hot and cold, and for a brief period, they both seemed to be on a good accord.
Remember that. He did what no other rappers do today. He sold his own music. He sold his own music. So when I came along and Steve came along, we had a formula that merged with what he do, but he outworked any artist I've seen. I'm talking about business-wise. I'm not talking about on the mic. Because if you notice, this man is a more professional than 90% of the dudes who are trying to grow to his level. But I'm saying that to our young babies. To a T, he outworked a whole lot of people. And this is the reason why we are giving him the award, the Businessman Award, because he really exudes everything that you need to exercise in business. So let's give this man a hand and clap it up for him.
But Black Sam and Big U seem to have never liked each other, with Black Sam disapproving of the way Big U has handled things pertaining Nip, and with Big U being pretty vocal of his dislike for Black Sam.
And then I'm gonna keep it 100. Me and his brother wasn't cool. Me and his brother weren't the best of friends. You gotta understand, like I'm gonna have friends that my mama ain't gonna like. I'm gonna have friends that my brother's not gonna like. You gonna have people that your people don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Since he's been out of prison, Big U has gained a rep for allegedly strong-arm extorting any rapper or artist that comes into 6-0 territory. Anyone with the big name needs to pay a tax and go through Big U to be granted entry access and the ability to be in the 60s without risk of being harmed. In early 2019, DJ Khaled, Nipsey, and John Legend teamed up for the single Higher. Initially, Nipsey had brought DJ Khaled to the 60s for the visuals of the song. When Big U got word of this, he allegedly sent a gang of 6-0 members to the video shoot to press the issue. Nipsey frontlined, but the overwhelming pressure resulted in him moving the video shoot to the top of a parking structure in Inglewood. Nipsey also had to beef up security, as he was receiving death threats, allegedly from the Inglewood families, the dominant blood gang in the city. After Nipsey was killed a few days later, rumors began to fly that Big U had allegedly orchestrated the murder, with many people pointing out their past issues, as well as Big U not attending Nipsey's funeral. Fans were also thrown off when a screen-recorded clip of Big U's live began circulating the internet.
Justice for them.
But your boy would have been there like, yeah,
You did. You did.
Eric Holder, a previous hot-headed unknown shooter from the 6-0s, as well as a former friend of Nipsey's first baby mother, was charged and eventually convicted for Nipsey's murder. In a recent interview with Big Boy, Black Sam alluded to the possibility that Eric Holder was sent by someone, which has again sparked up a whirlwind of theories, saying that Big U was allegedly involved. People have speculated that Nipsey was getting bigger than the program and was defying the first law of power to never outshine the master, but this is all speculation and has no base. Big U has repeatedly denied that he had any involvement in Nipsey's murder, saying that Nipsey was like a little brother to him. Black Sam continues to keep Nipsey's vision alive.
If you go back and follow the details, Nip and Big U got into it. Big U hit Nip Daddy across the head with a bat. His brother had to come out and shoot.
Click like. The clip you're about to see of Charleston White breaking down his take on Big U involvement in Nipsey Hussle's untimely demise. And if it couldn't get worse, Wack weighs in on what he thinks Big U is actually doing. Before we get to that, let's hear Charleston White. Get in the comments and run the likes up.
Shoot the gun. Hey, y'all get out. Say, Nip, come on, nigga, we finna come beat you. Because I don't want to pay that $20,000. You say it's over this equipment. But the white folks is pulling me away from the set. I met a Jewish white boy on the front row at the Los Angeles Lakers ball game. Me and this white boy getting drunk. We started talking business idea. This white boy see I'm a sharp nigga. This white boy pulled me into business ventures, the vector sector, right? So now I'm being expanded, but now they pulling me away from the set. The set have made it known nobody's bigger than the set. Nobody's bigger than the program. Nip had gotten bigger than the program. Quando is a reminder that nobody's bigger than the program. But Nip had gotten bigger than the set. Well, what do you mean by that, Charleston? Think about when Big U and all the other big homies and the OGs in the hood, they standing in front of Nip shit. They standing on the street corners. When Nip pull up in that motherfucking platinum Jaguar, he pull up in that motherfucking platinum Jaguar, nigga, them fresh ass Puma with all them goddamn chains on, and then he opened up the door. He got a Hollywood bitch coming up out of there, London Lauren, one of the baddest Hollywood bitches we done seen. When the little homies see Nip pull up, do you think they gonna stay here and talk to the big homies, Big U Nip? They gonna make an about face and say, y'all, there go Nip, and they gonna run away from the big homies. As all the excitement going to Nip, all the brawls, everybody, the store, what you think the big homie sitting back saying? Now Nip is growing. Nip that Monday had a meeting with the LA County, with the LA Police Departments on gang intervention program before he come up dead. So now Nip and Big U done fell out over $20,000 worth of equipment, so they say. But it's really over $20,000 nigga extortion fee to pay for protection. Yeah, Nip was being extorted too. He had to pay for protection. That's why they got that video of him that Wack 100 say they got of him. Why would they let Wack even make that statement? So peep game. So you think them niggas ain't saying, man, that nigga there woo woo woo, and his brother go shoot at us? That nigga brother pull a gun out on Big U, nigga. His brother nigga, you don't pull no gun out on no nigga. Every street nigga know, nigga, y'all don't give a damn where you shot that gun at. You pulled it out on me, nigga. And Big Black Sam ain't never been down with the set. Black Sam have always tried to pull them niggas out of Nip's business and get him away from the set. But you can't do that, cuz. Quando Rondo is a baby, my nigga. That nigga's a kid. That's why he cried at that murder scene like that. If I'm in the gang, homie, and I'm in the set, and I see one of the homies break down like that, homie, nah, homie, y'all give him a pass. That's a mental breakdown, nigga. We claim we love one another. We claim, nah, homie. So this motherfucking train is running off the tracks. I can't get off. We see this motherfucker is falling off, it's finna run off the cliff. Homie, I can't get off. Y'all, homie, I can't get off. They saying you gotta go they say you gotta fall off the cliff with them.
So we've been outside all day. I got the big guy with me himself. You heard? Big U, I've been taking him through Harlem. We actually in a bodega right now. Just finished doing the interview. I'm high off that champagne in that Zai apartment. I'm sweating and shit like that. But he got the show. Look, he got cameras on us at World Stars called Check In. Now he ain't come to check in. He just came to get some of this love. You heard? If you ain't got none of this love, I don't know how it's gonna go for you. You heard? But all we doing is spreading love on this side. You heard? We got a lot of things straight. We cleared up a lot of things. A lot of you niggas owe some apologies. Neighborhood bitches. Vamp life. You heard? We on 12th Street, the infamous, you heard? RP to the infamous Frisch, nobody gonna ever do it like him, you heard? That's the truth. But we here, man, don't nothing change, man. We always outside. If you'd like to come speak to me, come to Harlem, come get some of this love. It won't change, you heard?
After I got out of jail, I got a call a couple of days later that Big U had put a hit out on me.
Oh, wow.
And so a few people called and told me, but one person that called me was Monique Slaughter. And we quit being friends because she was going around telling people that Big U had put a hit out on me.
Oh, wow.
And that was like, wow, like you put a hit out on me because what? I took up for myself because I'm not going to let you punk me. Okay, that's fine. I'll handle that accordingly. You know, so it's stuff like that, but I'm not scared of that man, Adam.
How different do you start moving once you realize there might be a hit on you?
I'm moving the same because I'm not walking in fear. I can't. I did that for years dealing with this man. He bleed just like the rest of us. His team bleed just like the rest of us. I'm not letting nobody never again put fear in my heart.
Wow. I mean, you're an incredibly strong person. I just got to take a moment to say that, because I mean, a lot of people would curl up into a ball and try to disappear from public life as a result of this kind of stuff.
No, I'm not. I'm not disappearing. I'm not running away. I'm not doing anything. If a person comes to me and try to harm me, we gonna move accordingly. I'm gonna deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Did you ever have any further dealings with Nipsey after that one incident?
I was mad at Nip for years after that.
Mm-hmm.
We got into it on Twitter. I'm sure, like I said, the Twitter detectives can pull it up.
Okay.
After him and Big U got into it, I went on Twitter and cussed Nipsey out and told him that's what he get. Now we see how it feels.
Right. I mean, he ended up kind of getting a taste of that medicine later on, right?
Later on.
I'm sure he probably regretted his involvement in that, or hated that he ended up involved in it, at least.
But this is the thing. Nipsey never changed his story. I can honestly say that. His story was he didn't know that was going to happen to me.
Oh.
His story was he didn't set me up. Nipsey and my brother were friends, and my brother and Nipsey hung together after that. And my brother's stance was, sis, Nip didn't know he was going to do that. My stance was he did. And that's how I felt in that moment at that time. I respected what my brother felt. He respected what I felt. Nip never changed his story. And I was mad at Nip for some years. And then I finally pulled up on him and we made up. And when he hugged me, he said it again. He said, I swear I did not set you up. So he never changed that. But at that moment, I felt like that. And I don't think nobody can blame me in that situation.
No, 100%. What were the first things that went through your mind when he passed? Because I feel like now the situation seems so much more complicated and in some ways more clear. You know, when he passed, a lot of people weren't necessarily clued into the fact that him and Big U were having these issues, and now there's just been so much doubt cast on Big U's involvement. That seemed like a wild conspiracy theory at the time. All of a sudden, it's starting to seem like there's probably more validity to it.
I cried. I was so hurt. I was hurt because he didn't deserve that. I don't care what me and Nip went through. I seen Nip as a young boy when he first came in this game, you know, and he really didn't even need Big U. He was Nip before anything. And so I was very hurt because I seen what he had become. And he didn't deserve that. But when me and Nip made up that day, I told him, something's going to happen to you if you don't move from over here. And he said, why would you say that to me? I said, because they don't respect you. I told Nip that. Other people felt that. The day me and Nip made up, a fight broke out. Nip allowed some different gang members to come into his shop because he showed love to everybody. And the gang members that went into his shop was from a different neighborhood. They ended up getting robbed. And so they were like, Nip said, we cool over here. We cool over here. And they were like, nah, we said you not. If you feel like that, you don't respect him. Because if he's an artist from over here and he said they were good, why would you disrespect his establishment, him as an artist, him as somebody that's from over here? And I told him, I'm like, they don't respect you. Like something is going to happen.
Right.
Even when people used to say they were going to rob Nip, when he first started coming up to K-Day, I used to tell him, like, you need to be careful. Because this person is talking about robbing you. Be careful. He'll be like, good looking out, sis. Be careful.
Right.
You know? So.
Definitely. When you went on Tasha K, what was that, a year ago or so?
Yeah.
Were there some repercussions from that where people were upset about you telling your story on that platform? Because it stands out to me also that your story is very historically significant. And it's kind of crazy that you had to go to someone like Tasha K, who typically does, you know, celebrity gossip type shit, because I feel like you've pretty much been blocked out or blacklisted by a lot of more mainstream platforms, I'm guessing, right?
Have I? I didn't even look at it like that. You think so?
I just feel like, yeah, there's probably like a lot of other big platforms that this would be a valid conversation that they should have been interested in. And it's like she's kind of she don't give a she's just been saying whatever she feels like for all these years. And it's kind of like, I feel like now maybe like even me doing this interview right now, it's like, it's such an important story and it's so relevant to like West Coast rap history that it's almost kind of a scandal that I've got to be one of the first people to do it. Not to pat myself on the back or anything, but it feels like a lot of people should be vying for this conversation as well.
I mean, Tasha K, and this is my thing, right, Adam?
Shout out to Tasha. I got mad love for her.
That's what I was gonna say.
Did not sleep with Whack.
She didn't.
Just want to make that perfectly clear. Yeah.
Tasha K, like I told Tasha the other day, a person could never come up to me and talk bad about Tasha because Tasha helped me when I needed the help, when I needed to tell my story. A person can't talk bad about Whack to me, right? Now I'm here on your platform. I wouldn't let no one talk bad about Adam. With that being said, I just think that I needed an outlet to tell my story. I needed an outlet for people to hear me so they can hear my voice. Whether they believe it or not, I just needed the outlet to be there so people can hear me, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because look where I'm at. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I have other interviews lined up. People are starting to listen now, you know, and I just feel like maybe it was just timing. It just took some time.
Did it feel like it was more risky to speak about this stuff prior to the indictment coming out? Like, because I assume like a lot of people who are maybe the ones who would be making threats or making life difficult for you, to some extent, that's their dude and they're going to ride with him either way. But at the same time, some percentage of those people are probably like, oh, okay, now we also are not living under this fear.
I mean, for me speaking out before, like I told you, I was basically the only one. So I'm like standing by myself. And it's so many people right here going against me with their leader, if that makes sense, right? So now, you know, he still has his supporters, Adam, but I don't care. Like, I'm going to speak out. The family of Rayshawn reached out to me. You know, I'm going to tell my story because me telling my story is inspiring other people to tell their story. And that's the most important thing right now.
100%. A lot of people have basically, including Big U, have kind of smeared Whack and 600 Christopher Lovejoy for having the conversation publicly about this alleged murder. What do you think of that? Do you think that there's anything scandalous about that, or do you think that they were on the right side of trying to get this information out there?
I feel like they were on the right side of history, and I'm gonna tell you why. Often in the Black community, right? And I just have to be real. We are so quick to harm each other, right? As a race, so quick to harm each other, backstab each other, and then turn around and beg other races for equality or get mad about police brutality. But if we treat each other messed up, right? If we're abusing each other and doing all this stuff, why would anybody else respect us as a whole? So 600 and Whack did what needed to be done. It was a child that lost their life by the hands, allegedly, by the hands of Big U. You have people, and I said this before, that are screaming free Big U. And you have people that want justice for the child. What type of person are you? What type? Do you want justice for the child, or do you think a 60-year-old man needs to be free that killed a child who family trusted him with this child?
Future old trick some money. So me tricking Big U was real close at the time, right? Hey, Future old bro some money. All right, trick in Detroit. Me and Big U on a red-eye flight to Atlanta. We coming to LAX. We coming through the security, putting our bag through the thing. Who we see on the other side? Future and the girl that's with the football player, right? What's his baby? Sierra. We see Future and Sierra. I say, bro, is that who I think it is? He looked. I said, yeah. I said, you take the. I got him. When we come to the thing, I say, hey, homie, you got that money for Trick? He take off running. I'm chasing over the dead homies through the Delta. What the? Runs into a terminal, and he runs into the thing, but it ain't hooked up to no plane. He left it.
No, bro.
Right? He runs into the terminal. True story.
Clip it.
He runs into the terminal, right? When he run into the terminal, he take his phone out, right? He know he can only go so far. Cause what you gonna do? Jump onto the runway? That's a long drop down there, right? he, he throws the phone at me on speaker. All I hear is Stunner voice. He say, "What? It's me, Stunner. Talk to me." I say, "Stunner, I'm busy right now." He said, "Yeah, but I don't want you to be, nephew. What the going on?" I say, "Oh, trick a bag. He can't be in our backyard and he owe bro a bag. Either he gonna pay or he finna get up and then he gonna pay. Right? Trick at home sleep. He don't know what's going on. He in Detroit. Right? He say, "Whack, my word to you, I pay that. Let him be. I got business with that man." I said, "What?" He said, "Whack, this Stunner talking to you as your brother. Leave him be. You got my word, whatever the debt is. Send me Trick. I pay him in the morning. On me. I'm giving you my word." I back the phone and walked away. Trick got his wire. It's
So
real. But
He
I'm saying,
jammed up.
so what? Do you think a lot of these niggas like you said you was hella close with Big U, you said y'all was 17-year friends and shit.
Big
If
U,
they
I've
never
been telling
betrayed
you
you,
he's a dummy. He's a dummy. I used to have to do everything for him. Listen, bro, we brought Big U to the table to help him, to reposition him. When he left, he was known for selling dope, kidnapping drug dealers for they sack and letting them go. That's what, and fighting. That's it. Think about it. You can't, bro, you don't hear nothing about a Big U until mid 2000s. He came home in '04, dummy, son. We had to go spend attorney money. The Paul Roos did to get him out there. We positioned the nigga at the table. But nigga, at the end of the day, when I'm showing him how to conduct business, hold on, listen, bro. Hey, the FUBU niggas. It was a few other niggas, right? He see me, niggas came at me with some deals, 500,000, 300,000, right? He said, "Yeah, Whack, we just gonna tell them niggas we gonna give them 150,000 and we gonna do the deal. They gonna do the deal or else." Nah, bro, that ain't how that happened. I'm gonna show you how to do business, Big U. Hey, bro, they got 500,000 on the table. Now we telling you right now, we gonna make them pay us points on their side, and we developing a relationship so we can do future business. This is why we need you to do this business. So 500,000 your way. You want to kick us something cool? If not, we work out something later. Maybe something pop up and we can come together and do something. All right, Whack, send them deal memo. He like, "Whack, cuz these niggas is nah, bro. Longevity equals success. You gonna tell them niggas you gonna give them 150,000, they simply gonna tell you call the attorney and you ain't gonna hear nothing from them no more. Niggas did the deal, they still gave us 15%, right? We made another bag on the other side. Now we got both lanes open for business. So long as I was there to show him what to do, he was doing it. When I read that paperwork, he went back to his old ways. He's literally extorting a nigga for $1,000 a week.
what, $1,000 a week?
$1,000 a week, 500 a week, 1,000 a week. He's extorting them. And look, listen, bro, I gotta record. It's on the paperwork.
Yeah, it's
Look,
on the paperwork.
when I get back from picking up my kids, right, I gotta record. Victim one, I know him. I know him. His name is Dale. They call him Monster. I did business with him. I booked artists with him to do little clubs for him before. In October, he called my phone, him and Loose Cannon. This before I know all this going on. I'm wondering what the Loose Cannon on the phone with this nigga now. You know, now that I know what I know, right? But Dale said it on the thing. He said, "Whack, every time I call you for business, bro, you get the business done and that's it. Even when I owed your people money, you got in the middle of it, asked me what I could pay, what I could afford. I told you, and you told them if you want, they want you to negotiate the business. The deal gonna be what you say it is. You said you have 15,000 of them right now, 5,000 a month. You owed him 60, right? That's it. I refuse to put the money in my hand. Look, bro, this is what he agreed to. Dale's a man, Whack, as a man, I could afford that. Cool. These niggas go over there. Nigga might owe him 20,000. A nigga will give him 10,000, right, of the 20, and say, "I'm gonna get you the rest next month." When they come next month to get the other 10, he go to give it to him. You know what they tell him? Nah, nigga, we charging interest 100% a day. What? Now you owe us 30. Hey, bro, what is you doing, my nigga?
What these niggas think? This some Italian mafia?
Bro,
Like what?
tell me, no, you dealing with dumbass street niggas. See, I'd rather get money with a nigga a million times than beat him once. So guess what? The nigga he thought he was bullying, if all you gotta do is read the paperwork. The feds was giving him the money, right, to pay Big U. You ask yourself how this happened. You know how this happened? Because in 2020,
Well, you said the Fed paid the dude the money that Big U was
nigga, the
extorting?
feds was giving him the money to give Big U for the extortion for 2 years, every week.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's in the
over for
work.
him.
It's in the work. He think he doing something, but guess what they didn't know? Odell got caught up in the drug conspiracy in February 2020. He already was working. So when he got scared, guess what he did? I have a problem. Who? Oh, yeah, he's a big fish. What is he trying to do? I tell you what, we gonna give you the money. We got all his work. You know, we didn't went and dug up Odell on his work. He started cooperating February 2020. So when this dumbass nigga comes along with this regular dude and start pushing the line on him, he went to his big homies. I'm sorry. And they probably ain't gonna like it that I say this. Civilians, like gang members have big homies, they OGs, and they killers, civilians, you got big homies too, called the law. So when people come with y'all, you call your big homies. They do what a civilian's supposed to do. You ain't, if you call your big homies on the civilian, they can't get mad. So why you get mad when the civilians call their big homies on you? They are tax-paying citizens. We are in the United States of America, a land that's governed by law. Just because you say it's right on your block, don't mean it's right on their block.
Wait, that's niggas be
No,
forgetting that
this is what I understand. You've never heard a nigga tell you, Whack set me up to get robbed. Whack extorted me. You ain't never heard a nigga say no like that about me.
I ain't gonna lie. I
I
swear
don't
to
do
God,
business like that.
I'm just keeping it facts. I don't got no allegiance to nothing. I'm just keeping facts. I never even heard nobody say you did bad business with him.
You're
And
not gonna hear it
that's how
because
and that's how they judge. Like you know, all this be entertaining, but I never seen one. I see niggas come out against all type of niggas, Diddy, other niggas. I ain't see one nigga say that
you're
you
not
did bad
gonna hear
business
it.
with him one time. Not
You're
one.
not gonna hear it, cause nigga, I pride myself. Even if the business is going bad, we gonna find an equal medium. Okay, bro, this what it is. Why didn't that happen? Okay, well, what could we do?
I see why. And listen, it seemed like you was doing good business with Big U. You was helping him out. You was homies. Y'all was
Bro,
doing a lot of good shit. And then
the
you feel
nigga
like you
house
went
was in
crazy.
foreclosure. I used my real estate team to go in, cause everybody loaned back then. Niggas was lying on the loans. You right. So when you lie on the loan, this is why they supposed to process the loan. You got underwriters, right? When you lie on the loan and the bank accept it, right? It's really a fraudulent loan, right? So what we did, we went in and filed a claim that he is unable to pay the mortgage because the information that was submitted on the loan that he didn't know about set him up to put him in a compromising situation. This is a fraudulent loan. We filed a claim on the bank that did the loan. I do this for him. Tied up for 7 years, no mortgage. His motherfucking foreclosure, everything froze. The same house y'all saw 600 put up, that house.
Damn, so you
I
was real
saved that.
homies. Like you was really looking out for the nigga,
Bro,
all type of shit.
hey,
I
bro,
see
his
why you got on
son,
his ass once he betrayed you. I ain't know
bro,
all that. I didn't know y'all was close
his
like that.
son, the nigga's son, his son broke into USC. He had like 23 counts of breaking into the little dorms, right? The homie down there that was head of the situation is from my side of the track. I put Big U on my road. We fly down there. I pull up, the homie say, I don't with blood, why he down here? I said, I give him the name. He said, yeah. I said, yo, whatever could be done to set us up to be in a good situation in court, can you do that for me? He know what I'm asking him to do. He said, Wack, that's his boy. I said, that's my nephew. That's my nephew. Can you do that for me? His son never did a day in jail. When I open my door up, my resources up, and I try to look out for a nigga that come from where we come from. But he's a street nigga. He was just able to smile in front of y'all, right, and trick y'all, right? When the paperwork hit, there it go. I'm sure his wife is going
Wait,
crazy.
so why? Because I was confused on the video part because he was talking about how he blamed you and some other nigga, but
He's a
for the reason
dummy.
why he got locked up, and then he
Here
blamed you
goes
for
the
the
problem, bro.
grid program. Yeah, break that
He's
down
a
because I was confused on that.
he's a dummy. He's not smart. First, he said I blame Wack at 600. 600 was with the feds when they raided my house. The video is up. Dummy, 600 is the one put the video up. He's the one drove by the house. You live in the middle of your neighborhood. What happens, Lou, if a nigga that's at the top of the totem pole house is getting hit by the feds in the middle of the neighborhood? Everybody know in the neighborhood. You in the hood, nigga. So the phones is ringing. They hitting Cuz house right now. What? They hitting Cuz house. They round that. You know what 600 do? He called me. I say, bro, if you ain't went and saw it, don't jump out the window on the internet with that. You'll be looking stupid. He said, you right. I'm finna go drive by there and see. Everybody know where he live. Ain't no mystery. He drove by there and saw. Nigga that tipped off federal. He made a video and put it up. Now, here goes where Big U's a dummy. The family clearly said not to alarm you or warn you. And we did anyway. The fact that he didn't know the details we knew is complete. When he was going to turn himself in, lets me know you didn't go attorney up. If you would have went and attorneyed up, you would have known what your charges are. And unfortunately, Mr. Big U, none of your charges involve WAC 100. Playlist for 4 years. What the that got to do with me? Actually, they let you run your extortion all the way up to March 14th this month. Dummy is in the paperwork. Just go read the paper. It's in the work. How Wack know what he know? Read. Oh, again, a lot of you dumbass niggas dropped out. You know, I got my GED in Central Juvenile Hall, and I continue to read and educate myself. So, you know,
Hey, wait, quick question for you. Why is it so hard for niggas to just do the full transition from the streets to the? Because it's like once you get to the like legit money, you getting $2 million from the city with the grid program. Like, why
you know
niggas
what
want
it
to be
is?
street
Some
niggas still?
people,
Like at
I
40,
used to
50,
tell
it's
dude all the
crazy.
time, Lou, I used to tell dude all the time, because we was doing a lot of short sales, right? Like maybe 2006 to about 2010. Dude would not leave the hood. Some niggas is scared not to be around where their homies is outside at, bro. He
Wait,
wouldn't
do you think
leave.
these niggas is like too anxious? Because I know
No,
you went. I know you went. I know you got locked up young and shit. You was telling me. But these niggas is institutionalized and don't know how to just transition all the way. Like
think
they
what it
gotta.
was with him, he
Yeah.
wanted to he wanted to achieve the things the ballers of his era got way before him. So I'm gonna buy me a big house in the hood. So in his hood, the overhills is the prominent 60, right? So they got the big houses or what they perceive to be a big house today, right? So I think when it was time to have it, he didn't have it. So he wanted niggas to know I got it.
Before we end the video, I want to leave you with one last clip. It's no secret internet rumors have Big U tied to Nipsey Hussle's untimely demise. What are your thoughts? Like and share this video if you enjoyed it.
Shorts, checked everybody else.
Okay.
Left. They say came back with a red shirt on. Tiptoed through the alley and went right and started shooting. So to me, that's premeditated.
Yeah, that is premeditated.
Number one, there's no red shirts in the hood. You can't buy no red shirt. No liquor store sell no red shirt. Number two, when a nigga come through the alley with a red shirt, that's the throw off, or the Bloods did it. or the Inglewood families did it, or the BPS. That's the throw off, red shirt. So for me, he felt he was supposed to do a job, or somebody sent him or whatever, and he was nervous. He was supposed to hit that alley with that red shirt immediately, but he didn't do that. He came in and he wanted to check the scene. He wanted to make sure he wasn't getting into a shootout. You know what I'm saying? He came there for a reason.
Saying Nipsey was dead on FaceTime.
Okay.
When he called Nip, he wasn't dead. And then 30 minutes later, he got a call that Nip was dead. That nigga, you knew something, so why you didn't call your quote-unquote little brother and warn him?
Nah, that's wicked right there. I don't care. That's wicked.
It's a lot of things he did minus me, like his thing with the ball players. Now that was what he built for self.
What do you just him
like
football
like
or
the
whatever?
relationships with like Draymond Green,
okay.
shit like that. Now Shaq, that was us. That was actually Stutterbox. That was a Stutterbox and the whack thing, right? I remember one time, I believe it was in Houston. He had just come home, and he was standing outside All-Star Weekend or whatever, and nobody would let him in. Nobody knew who the fuck he was.
Right.
But Box at the time was moving real strong with Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Box seen him and pulled him in. That was Shaq's first interaction with him because Box was Shaq's right hand.
Not all the Big U stories have a negative attachment. In this clip, Wack breaks down how Shaq and Big U worked together in a positive light and made a lasting impact on the community.
Yeah,
do you think Shaq left LA because of the gang politics, aka Big U fucking with him?
No. Shaq was already gone. Time
Okay.
Big U come on, Shaq was already on fucking Star Island.
Okay.
Yeah, he was already on Star Island. He was already back in Florida. He had the big crib in Orlando, and Shaq ain't never been ran out of nothing, man. Like everybody loves Shaq. Like Shaq is just that's family with everybody.
But that part of the indictment where they're basically talking about how a bunch of NBA players got scammed by another player.
Okay, stop.
And then he makes them like hand over $100,000 each to him and shit.
Because I was doing a lot of business with Shaq at the time. He was one of the first people to send over the 40-foot trailer, like with the toys and stuff, to give away for like Christmas.
Okay.
So you got to understand, like, when a guy like Shaq looks up, yo, Shaq brought snow to Watts. You know that?
Yeah, the snow machine or something?
He brought the snow to the projects. He went over there and they was like, yo, we want to see the snow. So he somehow had them go up there to the mountains, get a bunch of snow and bring it in and just put snow all through the projects.
You could pay people to just pull up with like a machine that makes snow.
No, he had them go up to like Big Bear or something.
Got the real snow.
And get the snow. So whenever you come to a lot of these guys and they see like, okay, you doing something for the kids, and you can visually see he's giving his stuff away to the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't mind being a part of that.
I've been on Crenshaw twice.
That's it?
2 times.
Wow.
2 times.
How was that, man?
Listen, man, you know when you're not from a place, like one thing I always do is
You was with Dildo, though.
No, but before, it's like one thing I don't do is disrespect the rules, whatever the rules may be.
But you was with the rules.
I know.
He was with the homie, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know who Dale Dog was, man.
No, I'm talking like when I first got there, like 96, 2000.
Okay, yeah.
Like, hey man, stay on Crenshaw. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, 96 I was gone, man.
Don't go down there by yourself. Like, all right, cool. Yeah, like,
I think Dog was gone in 96 too.
Yeah.
Dog was doing time and I was doing time. And
he was a good brother, Dale Dog.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was, man. I think Dale Dog is sorely missed on the east side. He was one of the dudes that kept the east side solid. And then for LA, because LA is such a big city for Crips, it's such a big blue city. And then with hip hop being like, it's more, in hip hop you see the picture of red. But when people come to LA, they have to get to understand how the culture works.
And a lot of times, like with this podcast, people don't understand that checking in ain't about somebody pressing you or taking something from you. It's more about people knowing who to link up with, who to move around with, and for people to really understand who the marks are of the world. You know what I mean? Who the money marks is. Those are the people who get to the city before the talent get there and go have the relationships and know how to move a man around and know how to do things. I think you have to be from that to understand that. Yeah, no, and that's really true. Because I tell people all the time that in LA, you may be from Florida, but you don't want to wear a Florida Mariners hat in certain parts of LA. And I didn't know that, but once I found that out, like, you know, the P hat, like, you know, you can't be. It'll work in Beverly Hills, but once you get it, once you cross La Cienega and La Brea and all that, like, you know, you gotta, switch that up. So you have to be from that to understand that, and then you also have to. Like I was taught a long time ago, to get respect, you gotta show respect. Yeah, real talk. Like I used to tell the youngsters, I said, man, this LA. Can't come to the club like that all the time.